Today I'm going to show you how can you connect your XMCloud and ContentHub through the connector that Sitecore has. So the first part is obviously to configure the connection string, but in XMCloud what you need to do is you just need to do everything in your environment variables. So at this moment this is my ContentHub instance running, and then I also have my XMCloud running as well here. So the very first thing you need to do is this couple of settings. So I am basically enabling my CMP and DAM at this moment, so that's why these two configuration. And then you need to use this ContentHub connection string. So you need to use a client ID, client secret, username and password. I'm going to share how we are going to create that one in ContentHub. And then you need to provide your service bus entity path in and out, which basically be for in it would be the out topics that you have created, and for in it would be the, and for out it would be the in topics that you have created. I'll also explain that, and also you have to provide the subscription that you have created under one of the topics, so that you can basically, or your app or connector can basically react or get the data through the topics, and then that's it. So let's go and check how can I get those connection strings. So for me, what I have done is I created those topics manually by myself. So if you go to your service bus, then you can have these topics listed. If ideally you'd see empty, then you can create topic. So I've created two topics and only one is being used at this moment, which is this hub out, and it has one subscription. So in the hub out, you have also defined your subscription, which is here. So if you can see here, there is a subscription, and you can see only this on the subscription that currently I'm using. So I copied this name into here, and then the path in and path out, which is basically pretty simple stuff. So if you click this hub in and hub out, then basically in the shared access policy you would find this this primary connection string key and secondary connection string, so you can basically use one of them. And on the other hand, you have this DAM, and all right, so you also need this connection string like this client ID and secret, things like that. How can you create that on? That is also pretty straightforward thing. So what you need to do, you need to log into your ContentHub instances. Currently I'm using Sandbox, so it is running here, and here you can see your OAuth client app under this manage application, manage app page, I can say. So here you have this OAuth client list. So if you go in the OAuth, which is here in the OAuth clients, you have this connection string. So you can go and create a OAuth client, and basically it will give you all the data that you need. So let me open my logic app that it was there by default. So here you have the logic app client ID, and then also client secret redirect URI. So that is what I needed here. So my client ID and then client secret, then username password. So you also need to create a username and password that I have created here, and the URI of your Sandbox instance. And creating username and password is also pretty easy. So when you create a username and password, you can also specify the privilege or what are the scopes of the particular user in terms of permission and access. All right, so you need read access at least, so that your client or your app can basically go and read the contents as required, and basically push it to your service bus. Now this is all basically we need. So once this is done, then basically what you can do, you can, once these configurations are all done here, then you can basically spin up your local instances of local XMCloud instances. So once the local instance is running, then you can see this CMP module, CMP item would be appearing here. So that basically indicates that yeah, it is successfully configured. And if you want to test the DAM is working or not, I guess the easiest option for you would be if you click on of the items, page item, and then if you go, let's say, content editor, and then here this text editor, and then here you would see this special icon that basically bring the DAM items, DAM contents into the Sitecore, and if that actually appears, then you can confirm that your DAM is also connected successfully. Now this is basically loading inside the iframe, so that's why sometimes you might not be able to see, or maybe it will say, hey, something is blocked. In that case, what you need to do is you need to make sure that your content security policy is added. So this content security policy, which basically sits under the web config, so you have to basically provide a way to add your those custom headers, content security policy with all the values. Now this one is pretty tricky because it's a standalone instance. What we normally do is you can go and modify as you need in the web config, but for XMCloud you have to use this config transformation. This is the best way to do. So what you literally need to do is create webconfig.xdts and then basically put this kind of contents, and then when you publish this application, then it basically includes the transformation for you, and you don't need to do anything else. So it would basically allow or add this custom hostname that you have for ContentHub to the content security policy. All right. Yep, I guess this is the connection part. I guess you would now quite easily do this part and validate whether it is working or not. I guess the second video of this series, I'm going to explain how can you basically sync your CMP contents into the Sitecore through the Sitecore connector that you've just enabled. Probably what I'll do is I'll create a schema. I'll create a custom schema, and from there I will create the entities and I will sync those entities so that you will get the understanding. You can see here I already have synced some custom country information, personal information, recipes. Recipes is not a custom, but it is basically the content type of recipe I synced here. But yeah, this country information is a custom schema that I have created in ContentHub, and then I synced it here. So in my second video I'm going to explain how could you do that. So stay tuned, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe my channel. Till then, bye bye.